begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Biden, the official ball of you.
I chose Everett Community College because I'm the youngest of 3 siblings, and we are all first-generation students. All my sisters came here, so I'm following in their footsteps to pursue higher education while saving money. My advice to others would be to be proud for considering a community college, especially Everett Community College, because it's a beautiful, diverse, and inclusive campus that is really worth attending. Take your next step at everettcc.edu.
NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships would like to thank Jimmy John's for their continued support of the best seat in the house. Each game, a contestant is chosen to sit on the couch with a friend during the game, and they receive a Jimmy John's sandwich. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky good. The Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament was made possible in part through the support of the Tourism Promotion Area Fund of Snohomish County, Washington. Thank you, TPA Committee, for your continued support of the NWAC Championships in Everett. The NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament was made possible through the support of the Snohomish County Sports Commission. Visit seattlenorthcounty.com to see their upcoming events. The NWAC would like to recognize Delta Hotel as the host hotel for the 2020 NWAC Basketball Championships. Delta by Marriott is also the host of the 2020 NWAC Hall of Fame to be held Thursday, May 28th. Book your room at marriott.com/Seattle Everett today. Follow NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for NWAC highlights and info. Also visit NWACsports.org for the most recent information on schedule, scores, stats, and more.
Hello again, good morning, and welcome back inside the Walt Price Fitness Center in Everett, Washington. Max Gunn alongside Mike Tacco. We are getting ready for Game 2. We saw Wenatchee Valley take a first step towards defending their title with a win over. For Mount Hood. 81-76, a high-scoring affair that we have here today.
Yeah, we talked to a couple of the Mount Hood players at halftime of the previous game, and they both said you kind of throw that out the window. That was December, wasn't even 2020 yet. We haven't even turned over to the new century, and a lot of things can happen between now and then. Different, injuries and illness, and people come on and play, and so it will be a new game. Just like we saw Wenatchee Valley, they had defeated Tacoma 58-40 or 58-50 in their previous game. That they played, and then they won today 70-48. So things change. Teams gel, and that's what we saw in the first game, Wenatchee Valley with a convincing win.
So now the Saints and the Orcas going at it in Game 2. It looks like we have a
Yeah, Whatcom,
trophy ceremony.
Yeah, Whatcom won the North region, and so before the #1 team of each region plays, they award them their league trophy, and so we'll see that 4 times today throughout the day.
Gabrielle Edison, as well as Carmelita Rodriguez, receiving the trophy there.
The visiting team.
Now posing for a photo. Whatcom in the regular season went 21-8, 12-2 in league play, while Mount Hood went 18-10 and 10-6 in NWAC league action. So both of these teams finished with a pretty good regular season. As we get a look at the starting lineups in this one, first for Whatcom, Carmelita Rodriguez will start. She's a 5'5" sophomore from Ferndale, Washington. In the backcourt by the 5'6" freshman Danielle Tyler. Tyler is from Maple Falls, Washington. In the front court, McKenna Holtz, a 5'7" freshman. She is from Bellingham, Washington. Madison Grisman also starting, another freshman, 5'9" from Stanwood, Washington. And Gabrielle Edison, a 5'11" sophomore from Ferndale, Washington as well. She was high school teammates with Carmelita Rodriguez. Now the starting 5 for Mount Hood. Tatiana Lyle starting, 5'8" sophomore from Lancaster, California, went to Antelope Valley High School. 5'7" freshman Ashley Perry. She is from Saratoga Springs, Utah. Bree Rosales, a sophomore, 5'8" from Las Vegas, Nevada, in the starting lineup as well. And the final 2 starters for Jeremy Vandenbor's Mount Hood Saints are Rose Gwillem, 5'10" freshman from Monroe, Oregon, and Emily Weber, a 6'1" sophomore from Toole, Utah. And as I mentioned earlier, the last time these two teams played back on December the 28th, it was a victory for Mount Hood. 81-76 was the final score in that one. And for Mount Hood, Emily Weber had a big game, 17 points and 11 boards.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. Both these teams kind of like to get up and down, and we had one of the players up, as we said, and she kind of predicted a lower scoring game, maybe because of the time of day, 10 o'clock, which is not the normal time that you play, but she also indicated they'd been up and practicing at that time, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So many non-conference games among the NWAC teams before January, when each region starts its own play, and so you just can't help but run into somebody before your own region play happens.
For Whatcom, they had 5 players score in double figures in that first matchup just before the new year. Including Audrey Graham, who played 25 minutes off the bench, had 12 points, 7 rebounds. Graham coming off the bench again in this one. So we are just about set to go. Max Gunn, Mike Tatko with you. 3 stories above the court. Inside the Walt Price Fitness Center, Whatcom wearing gray uniforms, Mount Hood in their road blacks. Opening tip, and away we go. Game number 2 of the NWAC Championships. So great to have you with us from Everett. 3 ball to start, does not go that time for McKenna Holtz. And now here is Mount Hood's first possession. The red numbers on the fronts and backs of those uniforms for the Saints. Mount Hood written in red with white trim across the chest, down low on the right block. It's banked home by Emily Weber, who is off to a great start. Mentioned the big game that she had back in December against the Orcas. And starts off Mount Hood with a 2-zip lead, just over 30 seconds in. Faking the pass, creating some space, but missing the 3 from the left wing is Danielle Tyler, but a putback is good right underneath. For Madison Grisman, tied up at 2, a minute in. Driving baseline, good, dumped down low, but missing the layup that time is Gwillem. And here comes Whatcom the other way. In transition, baby baseline jumper does not fall. Offensive rebound for Rodriguez. And a foul underneath.
Well, I don't know if there was they didn't reset the shot
Oh yeah,
clock,
that looks like
because the official didn't come over with a number.
official called time himself. Near turnover off the inbounds pass, but Tyler able to corral it. Tyler driving. Momentum stop down low. Good defense that time by Gwillem, but the putback goes nonetheless. Mount Hood trying to answer. Layup no good, and coming away with the basketball is Holtz. But then it was poked away. Jump ball called, and the possession arrow will stay with Mount Hood.
Yeah, a lot of aggression early. 3 bodies on the court that time. You like to see that.
Ashley Perry will throw it in. Freshman from Utah. Gets it down low on the block. Gwillem has the shot waved off, walked with it. Right back to the Orcas it goes. On the left wing. Now top of the arc for Rodriguez. Gets rid of it to Edison. And Mount Hood coming back the other way, down by 2 points here in the opening quarter. Lyles takes it inside. Left-hand shot doesn't go. Offensive rebound underneath, and another travel is going to be called on Gwillem.
Yeah, frustration on Gwillem as she hits the deck and kind of slams the court. I think she thought she got fouled, and she may have, but they called traveling before she made her move to the basket.
Second time she's walked with it today, 4-2. Orcas still leading it, looking to add to it, but Gwillem there nearly forced the turnover. Instead, it's a jump ball. And the possession arrow is with the Orcas. So Carmelita Rodriguez will trigger just to the right of the basket. Tyler swings it across to Rodriguez on the left wing. Rodriguez makes a move, tried to get it down low. It's a kickball. That is called. Hit the right foot of Emily Weber. So the shot clock resets to 20. Rodriguez again gets it in. Left elbow shot. Airmailed that time by Ramos. And the bucket goes. It's 6-2. Mount Hood with the basketball.
It was Chisholm who snuck in there and got the hoop for the Orcas.
Her second basket of this contest so far. Gwillem on the kick out, 3 on the way. That is short for Lyles. And here come the Orcas into the front court. Quickly, Edison. Left wing 3. Tyler knocks it down. Danielle Tyler forces an early timeout called by Mount Hood. 9-2 Orcas to start this one off. 6:27 to go, first quarter. Timeout on the floor. We will take one as well. Danielle Tyler, the freshman, knocking down the tray. We'll be back in a moment.
E-Team sponsors the official fundraising partner of the NWAC. To date, NWAC teams have raised over $1.3 million to support their athletic programs. The E-Team sponsor completes 95% of the work and allows coaches to focus on coaching. Contact your local rep today and learn more about the easiest fundraiser ever. eteamsponsored.com.
Out of the timeout. Just under 6.5 to play in the first quarter. A 9-2 lead for the Orcas. Mount Hood with really good ball movement and a finish from Weber on the low right.
Yeah,
That'll stop the bleeding.
Yeah, excuse me, Max. Well-designed play out of the timeout. They needed to get something to get a little bit closer in this first period.
Low left, a foul called after Chrisman was going up for the shot. Now she'll head to the free throw line. That is the first team foul on either side. It goes on Mount Hood's Bree Rosales. First free throw. Rims out. Chrisman, a 72% foul shooter. One out of two from the stripe. Makes it a 6-point lead again, 10-4. Under 6 minutes to go, opening frame. Whistle blows. Foul away from the basketball. Going to be called on the Orcas. Goes on McKenna Holtz. Her first, team first, so each team with a foul apiece now. Far side. Perry gets rid of it back up top. Lyles. Right wing takes it home and finishes with the left hand. And Lyles, knowing that she's left-handed, Orcas have to take that away. That side of the court underneath in transition. Chrisman with her third hoop already.
Yeah, great job against that trapping defense by Mount Hood. Whatcom down and attacks the basket and gets the easy lay-in, breaking the press.
12-6. Whatcom has doubled up this Saints so far. And finishing off glass from the right side there is Gwillem. Makes it just a 4-point basketball game. Faking the three, creating space. Long two is good that time for Danielle Tyler. Second time she's knocked down an outside shot. Showing early on that she can shoot it.
Well, both teams 50% from the floor right off the bat, Max, so no issues with the new arena for these teams.
Catch and shoot three, air mal down low. Gwillem again. Gwillem already with her second hoop. 14-10 our score. Turnover by the Orcas. Saints quickly into the front court. Lyles hits a three. And a timeout's going to be called by the Orcas. So each team has had to take a timeout early on in this first quarter. Each team's been on a little bit of a run, high-scoring affair so far. Mount Hood has made it just a 1-point game.
Yeah, I liked how Mount Hood got a timeout after
Been a pretty clean game so far. Orcas basketball out of bounds. Just the 32nd timeout called. Rodriguez crosses over into the front court. Rodriguez with the basketball, right corner, steps back, lets a three go from the wing, off glass, no good. And a good rebound in traffic that time by Allison Young, who just checked in. On the other end, basket good for Emily Weber. And now Mount Hood has the lead. Weber pulls down the rebound. Up ahead. Good save into the arms of Lyles. Weber thinking about the three. Gets rid of it into the corner. Half the shot clock gone by. Lyles being guarded by Rodriguez, top of the arc. Right wing for Allison Young. Still has her dribble. 6 to shoot. Weber tiptoeing her way inside. Good move off glass. Cannot finish. Man, that thing sat on the iron for an eternity. Out of bounds. It will stay with the Saints.
I don't know there was anyone in the arena who thought that was not going to go in.
Man.
It hung there. She headed back the other way. I was already getting ready to mark down the score, and then all of a sudden, it fell off.
What a move.
A great move.
Keeping that pivot foot to create some space, and high percentage shot just did not get the friendly roll. Saints keep it. Perry. Weber in the corner. On the kick out, driving off glass. Not that time, an offensive rebound. Open three from the right wing. Off glass, no good again. Perry misfires. And Rodriguez coming back the other way. Good ball fake, and knocking down the shot is Danielle Tyler. That's the third outside shot that she has hit so far in this opening frame, and that gives Whatcom the 16-15 lead with 2.5 to go in the first.
Yeah, Tyler 3 of 4, all those short-range jump shots, which really have kind of gone away. Everyone wants to shoot a 3 or you get an easy lay-in. That short-range jumper, it's great to see somebody knock those down.
That's a forgotten art, really, at all levels of basketball. Yeah. Men, women, college, pros, however you want to slice it up. Wide right on a triple is Weber, but Mount Hood able to get an offensive rebound, putting it on the deck now. Sete, kick out. Foul called underneath. Orcas get it back.
Oh, that one on Weber. Push off underneath.
That's her first. Team second, 2 team fouls for the Saints, just 1 for the Orcas. Whatcom basketball. Rodriguez, the true point guard, finds the seam left side, goes right hand from left side, no good. Offensive rebound by Hawkinson. Her putback doesn't go. And another foul is called. This time it's on the Orcas. Mount Hood looking to regain the lead. Rosales. Out of dribbling, top of the arc to Gwillem. Dade tried to get it down low to Rosales, but he's off her foot and out of bounds.
Good energy defensively by Whatcom that time. You saw the coaching staff over there up and really encouraging the girls to play some great defense, and they did on that possession.
Whatcom basketball, driving baseline. Hawkinson tied up, loose ball on the deck, jump ball called, and the possession arrow is with the Saints.
Yeah, again, she slipped going in and collision inside there, and again, great job by both teams to get after that ball, and Mount Hood forces the held ball, and they get the ball back.
Gwillem tosses it in, bringing it up the floor now. Rosales going all the way home and is called for an offensive foul. Maybe a little too aggressive there. Had the right idea, kicked it out to a wide open Saints sitting there on the wing ready to shoot a 3, but damage was done.
Yeah, and that's her second, so she's going to have to sit down still in the first period. And so a couple fouls for Bree.
Kenna Holtz checks in for her. 70 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 16-15. Whatcom in front. That shot goes.
that was Kyla Smith, 0 on her jersey, who we have on our computer, we don't have in our book, Max.
Yeah, she's listed in our book as number 12. Not sure what happened to the number 12 jersey. Willem, nice save there to Sate. 34.2 seconds left in the first.
Willem collided with her head coach over by the scores table, and they almost went into the second row of bleachers over there.
18-15 Whatcom. 30 seconds and ticking to go. Contact, no call. Perry on the ground, has to get rid of it, and does to the other team. Coming the other way, Chrisman. Good head fake, taking it inside. Holtz doesn't get the call on the shot. Foul on Mount Hood. That is going to go on Sate. That is her first, team fourth. 10.3 seconds left in the period. Trio of fresh bodies onto the floor for the Orcas. Rodriguez will trigger. Shot clock is off. And it comes to Tyler. Into the corner, Rodriguez left corner three. Well short. Dead ball rebound, out of bounds to Mount Hood with 3.7 seconds left. Perry catches the basketball. Looking for a half-court heave as time expires. That missed everything. Out of bounds, and 10 minutes have come and gone here in Game 2 of the NWAC Championships. After 1 quarter of play, it is Whatcom 18, Mount Hood 15. Good back and forth action. Stay tuned. We've got the second quarter coming up right after this.
I chose Everett Community College because I'm the youngest of 3 siblings, and we are all first-generation students. All my sisters came here, so I'm following in their footsteps to pursue higher education while saving money. My advice to others would be to be proud for considering a community college, especially Everett Community College, because it's a beautiful, diverse, and inclusive campus that is really worth attending. Take your next step at everettcc.edu.
Off and running, quarter number 2 here in Game 2 of the NWAC Championships. Max Gunn, Mike Tacko with you in Everett, Washington. It's 18-15, 3-point lead for the Orcas. After the first 10 minutes, and Whatcom shot 42% in the first quarter, 8 out of 19. Pretty much dead even in that category. Mount Hood shot 7 of 17 for 41%. Each team made a three-pointer. Whatcom with +2 on the rebounding edge. 10-8. Orcas start with the basketball. Rodriguez handling it right side. Top of the arc, Edison. On the kick out, Chrisman. Back to Tyler. He's knocked down 3 outside shots already in this one. 9 seconds to shoot. Chrisman has it knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. And now we see the first possession of the second quarter for Mount Hood.
Most rough and tumble 10 a.m. game maybe I've ever seen in the initial quarter. A lot of aggression, a lot of people diving for balls. I like to see that.
Oh, a good thought that time from Lyles, trying to get it underneath to Weber. But the pass just off her fingertips. Really good look. Rodriguez. Trying to get it out to Holtz, but stolen by Sate. Now Sate brings up the basketball near side. Bounces it top of the arc to Gwillem. Over to Perry. 3 on the way, straight away, in and out. Man, a tough luck miss for Tatiana Lyles. Looked good all the way, just popped out at the last second. Over a minute into this second quarter. Shot off the side of the backboard that time for Edison. Knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Whatcom.
Well, 81-76 the last time they played, and this is kind of shaping up something like that. A lot of points early on, and a good tight game.
On pace for something similar for sure. Neither team has scored yet here in the second quarter. Sugar pass goes into Tyler. Tyler being guarded by Sate. Swings it left wing for Rodriguez. Push pass down low. And a foul called as Chrisman went up for the shot. Foul called on Weber. That is her second.
So Weber 2, Rosales with 2 for the Saints, and nobody with more than 1 yet for the Orcas. So a definite advantage, plus they're shooting here.
And Weber, pretty big piece of that Mount Hood offense. First free throw is good for Chrisman. Chrisman averaged 18.4 points a game in the regular season for the Orcas. Knocks down both free throws to give Whatcom a 5-point lead. Sate on the right wing. Puts a move on the defender, kicks it out. Lyles pops a 3. No good, but the putback is by Gwillem underneath. Rose Gwillem trims the deficit to just 3. She has 6 points. And more free throws coming up. This time, Carmelita Rodriguez steps to the stripe. 71% free throw shooter. She averaged 8.7 points a contest, had 11 the first time these two teams matched up, and has her first point today as she knocks down the first free throw.
This will be their 6th free throw, 4 or 5 so far.
This is that one. Rebounded by Perry, who is fouled in the backcourt. Rodriguez called for the reach. That's her first. 2 team fouls on Mount Hood in this second quarter. Just 1 on the Orcas. Bad pass that time, but Gwillem able to track it down before the over and back call. Perry, top of the arc, Sate puts a move on. Open 3, left corner. That one missed everything. Loose ball on the floor. And a timeout was called. Good heads-up play before any potential turnover to call a 30-second timeout. It's great awareness. Good.
Yeah, he saw his person down there. She was trapped. There were 3 around her. There was no way that she was going to... in the tournament for the first time in 28 years. Peninsula, great teams in the north. They always battle. Olympic was here last year. And so for Whatcom, who was here a lot, but to finally get that trophy, we see it. They have it sitting there, just like another chair right next to the coach. For them to win the Northern Division and to be the top seeded on North, good for them.
Surprised it doesn't have its own chair to be propped up on. But that is pretty neat with the trophy right alongside their bench. And so far, they have a 4-point lead. We were talking, Mike, in between games. It's not like the NWAC volleyball tournament where it's double elimination, and the basketball tournament, which was double elimination, it's several years back, but now it's like the traditional NCAA tournament, one and done. That is it. So it is immense pressure for these teams. And even you see that trophy sitting there, really doesn't mean a thing unless you can rattle some wins together here in this tournament. Gwillem underneath. Good move. Low right, banking it home. Just a 2-point contest now. Rodriguez tied up underneath. Great find to the right block. Where Edison is able to connect.
We saw some great passes by Wenatchee Valley in the opener against Tacoma, and that was a great pass there.
Lyles lost the handle on the way up, out of bounds, back to Whatcom. Aaliyah Dade, the freshman out of Springfield, Oregon, back in now for Mount Hood. 6:20 left until halftime. Tried to get it into the high post, but Gwillem comes up with a steal. Quick outlet to Lyles. Mount Hood crosses into the front court near side. Dade has it stolen away. Holtz. Down low, a foul called as Edison was going up for the layup. And Gabrielle Edison will head to the free throw line. That goes on Aaliyah Dade, her first. Team third in this second quarter. Short on the first free throw for Edison.
Well, they're getting to the line, but 4 of 7. And they're going to want to have to do a little bit better percentage than that to extend this lead. Missed them both. Yeah,
and she's just a 60% free throw shooter. So missed opportunity there. The lead for Whatcom stays at 4. Lyles. Down low, good positioning. Block shot by Edison. And she corrals the rebound as well, but then throws it away at the other end. Too tall for the 5'5" Rodriguez.
Yeah, this Whatcom team shot just about 68% from the line during the regular season, and they're sitting at 50%. And it may not seem like a big deal in the second period with 5 minutes left before half, but it's going to be a big deal if it comes down the stretch and they can't make free throws.
7th turnover of the day for the Orcas. Mount Hood has 8. Good defense that time by Holtz to reject that pass. Mount Hood able to keep it with 12 to shoot. Perry looked like she was trying to pass to the low right block to Weber, who came back in with those 2 fouls, but it went off the side of the backboard and out of bounds.
I think they're going to talk about this one, Max. I think they're going to change it, and they're going to give the ball to Whatcom, and it was a good job by the officials to get together and to make the correct call.
Tyler brings the ball up the floor. She has not scored yet in this second quarter. Misses that shot from 16 feet out. Gets the old miss on the tip out. Driving baseline, Holtz. Back to Tyler. Holtz with it again. 9 seconds to shoot. 3 ball. Not that time for Tyler, and Tatiana Lyles has the rebound for Mount Hood. Stolen away by Rodriguez. Tyler tried to get it into the post for a cutting Chrisman, but it was knocked away. Orcas keep it. Rodriguez, 3-ball straight away. Wide right. Next whistle will take us to the media timeout. It's 23-19 Whatcom. Mount Hood into the front court. Wiles over to Weber on the right wing. Has a mismatch on Rodriguez, but doesn't take it inside. Instead of 3. That doesn't fall. It was Rosales who missed. Tyler misses a 3 from the left corner on the other end. And back the other way come the Saints. Lyles penetrates, has it stopped and ripped away by Rodriguez. And Rodriguez draws a blocking foul. And she will head to the free throw line. How about Carmelita Rodriguez, 5'5", getting in there.
Well, it's a 1-on-2. I think she just put her head down and said, I'm going to go, and I'm going to put it up, and what happens, happens. And what happened was a basket.
In for Whatcom number 0, 21 Azurek at 40. Nyla Escobar, Carmelita Rodriguez shooting 1.
And we'll look to complete the three-point play. Unable to do so. Too strong, but an offensive rebound by Escobar, who just checked in, and another foul call. Naya Escobar, 6-foot sophomore from Yakima, Washington. Nothing but net on the first. .57% free throw shooter. Shot it just 21 times from the strike, 12 out of 21, but able to hit both there. So it's the largest lead of the day for Whatcom, up by 8 points with 3:25 left to go in this first half. Lyles hits the deck, draws a foul. Left-hand dribble drive, foul on the floor. It's the second team foul for Whatcom. Goes on Carmelita Rodriguez, her second as well. Whistle blows off the inbounds pass after Weber grabbed it. It's another Orcas foul. This time it's on Escobar, her first. Team third. Trigger pass into Lyles. She's called for an offensive foul. Man, you can see that push off all the way up here. Sent Carmelita Rodriguez flying out of bounds towards the baseline.
Yeah, Max, anytime someone drives to the basket and you see that much separation between offensive and defensive, something happens.
Absolutely.
She can go flying by herself. That's 2 on her. So now they have 4 players with 2 fouls through the Saints. Could be big in the second half.
Yeah, and down 3. Not that time. Rebound in traffic by Weber. It was Audrey Graham who checked in. Missing that triple. Down low, Weber, layup, no good. Weber's playing with those 2 fouls as well, as you mentioned, so she has to be careful to not pick up a third before halftime. The block shot by Dade. Open 3. Off the loose ball, miss, does not go for Graham. Still a loose ball, and a foul is called underneath the hoop. Madison Chisman called for her first, team fourth. 2.5 left in the half. Mount Hood basketball. Ashley Perry running point for the Saints. Crossing into the front court, dribbling near side, finds a seam and is fouled on her way to the cup. That's now 5 fouls on the Orcas as well, so that will send Perry to the free throw line.
Yeah, free throws the rest of the way in this half for both, and these are the first for Mount Hood.
Orca's picked up a trio of fouls there in a hurry. They had just 2, it seems like a moment ago. First free throw rattled home. Makes it a 7-point contest. 2:22 left in this second quarter. Money on the second. Couple of subs for Whatcom. Tyler back in. Illegal screen called. Wave off that hoop.
Could be a little swing here for Mount Hood. They were down 8 a moment ago, Max. They got the free throws to get 6, and now they have another possession, final 2 minutes.
2 and change to go until halftime. Perry dumps it off to Lyles. Lyles had her pocket picked by Kyla Smith. And coming away with the basketball is Edison. Good job by Smith, fresh off the bench, to get in there and force a turnover. Now Tyler crosses half court, under 2 minutes to play now. Tyler, dribble drive in the paint, turnaround jumper, good move, could not finish it, short on the shot. Dead ball rebound will go to the Saints. So once again, Mount Hood, Mike, as you talked about, with a little momentum here. Even though they turned it over on their end, they force a miss on the other.
Yeah, I think both sides are going to feel very good about the first half and about their chances in the second half. It's a very tightly contested game, a game of runs, and we'll see what happens here at the end.
Under 90 seconds to play in the period. Poked away by Smith, again coming up big defensively, and is able to knock it off. Mount Hood. Good take that time by Chisman. Right off the inbounds pass, driving baseline, made sure she didn't step out of bounds and hit the reverse lay-in. 29-21 now, it's back to 8. Coming up on a minute to go in this first half. Lyles driving left side. Good pass, but the shot rejected. Weber had it knocked away, but a 3 in the left corner is good by Rosales. Bree Rosales with a huge shot to make it a 5-point game. That's just the second 3 by Mount Hood, with a chance to trim the deficit even more, and they do. Ashley Perry with a fast break layup.
Yeah, we talked about runs, and Mount Hood has the last one here in the half.
Just a 3-point game. About a second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Good take that time from Smith, who's had a good last couple of minutes. On a run by herself, couple of good defensive steals, and then that layup. Back to a 5-point spread, 7 seconds left. 3 from Lyles is good. All alone on the right wing. And it is a 2-point game. Oh, I beg to differ. A 5-point game. A half-court heave goes as time expires in the second quarter. I spoke too soon, Mike.
That was unbelievable. When it left her hands, I knew it beat the buzzer, but I was not sure whether it was going to go or not, and it was Danielle Tyler from, 48 feet?
Definitely. Tyler, who made those 3 shots, including a 3 in the first quarter, had missed all 3 of her shots in the second quarter until the 48-footer went. Wow, what a finish to end the first half. And that sends Whatcom into the locker room with a 34-29 lead over Mount Hood. We will step aside. Halftime here in Game 2 of the NWAC Conference Championships. We will be right back.
E-Team sponsors the official fundraising partner of the NWAC. To date, NWAC teams have raised over $1.3 million to support their athletic programs. The E-Team sponsor completes 95% of the work and allows coaches to focus on coaching. Contact your local rep today and learn more about the easiest fundraiser ever. eteamsponsor.com/NWAC. The NWAC men's and women's basketball tournament was made possible through the support of the Snohomish County Sports Commission. Visit seattlenorthcounty.com to see their upcoming events. The NWAC men's and women's basketball tournament was made possible in part through the support of the Tourism Promotion Area Fund of Snohomish County, Washington. Thank you, TPA Committee, for your continued support of the NWAC Championships in Everett.
Whatcom to make it 34-29 over Mount Hood. Anna Schrady, Hallie Eberall. Did you think it was good when it left her hands, that shot?
Honestly, when you shoot, I feel like you just hope it goes in at that point.
Well, when it left her hands, I knew it beat the buzzer, but I didn't know. And we were already given the halftime score of 31-29. We had to change. So anyway, these gals are from North Idaho College, these Lady Cardinals. We're glad you're here. You're getting ready to play North Idaho College. We'll start with you, Hallie. Just talk about your season. I know the East Region's a grind, a lot of long trips because you're up there in the northern Idaho part. Talk about the keys to getting here.
Wow. It's been an interesting season, that's for sure. We've gone through some ups and some downs, but we always pull through and we pull together. And I think each game we've gotten closer and stronger. So.
Anna, you've won the last 4 to be able to clinch that 3rd spot. And talk about the keys over the last 4 games, including a big win over Yakima, the team that actually you passed.
Right. I think we just all been working really hard in practice, and we have that common goal, to get to the tournament and just peak at the right time. And we just worked really hard these last couple of weeks, really pull together as a team and work on our offense and defense, and just our communication, and it's been good.
Hallie, I got to ask you, if you guys get tired, a lot of teams come in with 13, 14, 15 players, and you're at 9, I believe it is.
Yep.
But boy, you play everybody, and everyone contributes, and everyone does a great job. I'm sure it's a tough deal for Coach Carlson to get everybody some rest and things like that. Has that been a challenge for you guys this year?
It hasn't been too bad. We started off the season with a lot of conditioning, and as we've gone through the season, you get all your adrenaline going, and once the game's close and it's like, okay, it's time to pull through, then everyone steps it up and does what they have to do.
Final question will be for you, Anna. Most games, of course, are 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 5:30 in the evening in the Eastern region. A little bit earlier today, noon. Does that have any positive, negative as far as you're concerned?
No, I think this is a great time for us. This is usually when we practice during the day, so it's perfect.
All right, well, we'll let you get back down with your team and prepare for Lower Columbia, and we wish you the best today.
Thank you so much.
All right, Hallie Eberall and Anna Schrady from North Idaho College, and we're back to halftime right after this.
Don't forget to check out the official championship merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Adidas gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. Get your championship gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit nwacstore.com/NWAC.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Baden, the official ball of you.
I chose Everett Community College because I'm the youngest of 3 siblings, and we are all first-generation students. All my sisters came here, so I'm following in their footsteps to pursue higher education while saving money. My advice to others would be to be proud for considering a community college, especially Everett Community College, because it's a beautiful, diverse, and inclusive campus that is really worth attending. Take your next step at everettcc.edu.
NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships would like to thank Jimmy John's for their continued support of the best seat in the house. Each game, a contestant is chosen to sit on the couch with a friend during the game, and they receive a Jimmy John's sandwich. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky good. The NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament was made possible in part through the support of the Tourism Promotion Area Fund of Snohomish County, Washington. Thank you, TPA Committee, for your continued support of the NWAC Championships in Everett. The NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament was made possible through the support of the Snohomish County Sports Commission. Visit seattlenorthcounty.com to see their upcoming events. The NWAC would like to recognize Delta Hotel as the host hotel for the 2020 NWAC Basketball Championships. Delta by Marriott is also the host of the 2020 NWAC Hall of Fame to be held Thursday, May 28th. Book your room at marriott.com/Seattle Everett today. The NWAC website, nwacsports.org, is powered by Presto Sports, the all-in-one sports technology platform to engage and delight your fans. Need a new website? Check out prestosports.com for more information. Would like to thank Everett Community College for hosting the NWAC Basketball Championships. Many Everett Community College staff and volunteers worked hard to help make this event a success. Thank you, Everett Community College. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly. Baden Sports is proud to be the official basketball of NWAC Basketball and the official ball provider of the NWAC Basketball Championships. For nearly 40 years, Baden's basketballs set the standard for quality and craftsmanship, delivering world-class game balls to colleges and national conferences across the country. Baden thanks you for watching the 2020 Basketball Championships. Baden, it's all about perfection. Toledo Ticket Company is the official ticket and credential partner of the NWAC. Since 1910, Toledo Ticket has been a leading provider of ticketing solutions that are efficient, flexible, and keep businesses running smoothly. See their products at NWAC Championships, including credentials, lanyards, and wristbands. Find your ticketing solutions at toledoticket.com. Field Level is an athletic recruiting app that helps athletes find the right college teams and college coaches find the best athletes for their rosters. With a network of 100,000 coaches, 700,000 members, and 65,000 commitments, Field Level helps athletes, coaches, and parents level up their recruiting. Sign up for free at fieldlevel.com.
It started in the city.
It started on a sandlot.
It started on a Sunday.
The focus.
The drive.
The dream.
You knew how it felt.
You knew we needed the tools necessary.
You knew we needed funds to travel to tournaments.
You provided me with the best equipment.
You gave me opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Getting ready to start the third quarter in Game 2 of the NWAC Championships today. My name is Max Gunn. Mike Tacko alongside. It is 31-29. Whatcom with a 2-point lead. Mike, we thought it was 5.
Well, there's a reason I'm up here and not running around down there with stripes on, because although I said twice that the shot had left her hands before the horn and it was just a matter whether or not it was going to go in, I was wrong, Max.
Danielle Tyler from about 48 feet out, we had thought beat the buzzer with a miraculous 3 to end the second quarter. Evidently was not the case. The officials were gathering in front of the scores table, taking a look at the replay just as halftime started, and it was a lengthy review, so it must have been very, very close, and ultimately decided to wave off the basket that Tyler did not get it off in time. So Mount Hood will start with the basketball here in quarter number 3, down by a pair of points. Down low, tying up this basketball game just like that. Rose Gwillem, 31 all, 15 seconds into the third. Tyler with the basketball. Top of the arc, 3 on the way. That is well short that time from Chisman, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Orcas.
Early in the second half of the first game, Wenatchee was able to expand their lead and run away with that game, winning 70-48, and Wenatchee Valley will face the winner of this one. We'll see what happens in the early stages of the third period here. Tyler over to Rodriguez, left wing 3, off glass, no good. Offensive rebound by the Orcas. That's Holtz getting in there for a fresh 20-second shot clock. Tyler grabs that on the right wing outside, sizing up the defender. Into the high post, kick out, Rodriguez. Left-hand dribble drive, off glass and good. That's a good take by the point guard Rodriguez to give Whatcom with a 2-point lead again. Wonder at what point Tyler realized her shot didn't count, because both of the teams were in the locker room after the call was made. 3 on the way off the back heel for Rosales. And now Rodriguez left all alone this time from the right side. Banks it home. She has all 4 Orcas points in this third quarter, 90 seconds gone by. Rodriguez now with 7 points. Turnaround hook shot missed by Gwillem. And the shot rejected. Chisman couldn't get it off. Corner 3. Lyles is short. A
Offensive rebound. Gwillem. Misses the putback. High percentage shot. Point blank. Just couldn't hit it. Loose ball on the ground picked up by Perry. Over to Weber, who had it ripped away. Good defensive play by Holtz. All the way up to Tyler, who hits a much easier shot than the half-court heave, and then Tyler steals it. Unable to hit, though, on a short-range jumper. Man, some sloppy basketball here just over 2 minutes in.
Well, so many things to talk about on the gimme miss by Mount Hood. The defender for Whatcom had given up, didn't want to foul. And so I think it was Gwillem who went in for the easy lane and missed it. And then they had an easy lane at the other end, then a stolen inbounds pass and another easy shot. And Mount Hood still looking to get back into this one after scoring first in this half.
37-31, 6-point lead for the Orcas. Lyles puts the ball on the deck. Step back. Hits the three. Lyles finally gets one to fall. She had been just 3 out of 8. That's her third triple of this basketball game. Trims the deficit in half. Just a 3-point contest now. Tyler on the outside. Trying to get into the high post, but Edison is covered. Instead, it will be Orcas basketball out of bounds. Tyler will trigger from this sideline. Rodriguez bounces it into the corner, and swishing a three is Naya Escobar. Getting those 3 points right back. Escobar off the bench. Hoisting a three and connecting that time is Bree Rosales.
Escobar only 2 made 3-pointers all year, Max, but she got a big one there.
That's Rosales' second 3 of her day. Just a 3-point game again, 40-37. Tyler on the outside, into the right corner. Holtz trying another 3. This time, Escobar can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound. Tyler getting in there for a fresh possession. Rodriguez, top of the arc. Left-hand dribble drive. Wow. Finishes with the right hand up and under. Right hand, left side. How about that? Rodriguez with 9. Down low, Gwillem has the mismatch on Rodriguez and goes up and over the shorter player.
Yeah, good job by Mount Hood to take advantage of the height advantage there.
42-39. 5.5 to go, third quarter. Rodriguez finds some space, kicks it out to Holtz. Now Tyler. Back out to Rodriguez. Another take, this time rejected by Lyles. Whoa. Lyles just grabbed that ball away, coming at the other end. And a foul is called. It's going to go on the Orcas. So McKenna Holtz, her second, team second. 2 team fouls now on Whatcom in the third quarter. Still none for Mount Hood.
Yeah, which is good for Mount Hood because they went into half with 4 players with 2 fouls each. Couldn't really afford to pick up a third early, and we've played almost half of this third period, and they have not yet fouled.
Including Emily Weber, who picked up those 2 early fouls and really has not been a factor in this game. Instead, it's been Gwillem who scores again. She has 14 points to lead all scorers in this one and make it just a 1-point contest. Rose Gwillem on 7 of 10 shooting, all from underneath the hoop. Kick out, a long 2, drained that time by Edison. Had a toe on the line, back to a 3-point lead. Ashley Perry, far side, bounces it to Gwillem up top, looking down low for Weber. Good pass, couldn't finish though. And Tyler has the rebound for Whatcom. That was a great entry pass.
Yeah, it was. Mount Hood trying to use their height advantage inside. The key for the Saints is just to finish.
Open for 3, left wing, unable to knock it down is Holtz. Mount Hood could tie it up with a 3. Offensive foul called. About an easy call as an official will make. Bree Rosales on a clear push-off there. It's her 3rd.
Yeah, again, we talked about it in the first half, Max. When you see that separation between two players, it's pretty evident that it's normally going to be an offensive foul.
And it wasn't a crossover. So the space wasn't created due to that. Foul will take us to our under 5 media timeout. 4:04 left to go in this 3rd quarter. It is the Orcas 44 and the Saints 41. We'll be back in a moment.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Biden, the official ball of you.
.404 left in this 3rd quarter. Max Gunn with Mike Tatko. Here inside the Walt Price Fitness Center at Everett, Washington. Located about 40 minutes outside downtown Seattle. Orcas with the basketball out of the timeout. Up by 3 points, stepping back, creating some space and hitting. The long jumper is Madison Chisman. Chisman now at 15. Leading in the scoring department for Whatcom. Weber on the outside. Tied up. Gets rid of it to Rosales, who sends it out towards Gwillem. Good take. Can finish with the left hand. Offensive rebound. Rosales down low. The putback's good. So just a 3-point spread again with 3:15 to go in the 3rd.
And not a lot of empty possessions on either team. Either it's a putback or it's a 3 or it's a drive to the hoop. Both teams really making a lot of positive things with their possessions. And as I say that, there's offensive foul.
Offensive foul called on the Orcas. That will go on Gabrielle Edison, her first. Team 3rd in this 3rd quarter. 3 team fouls for Whatcom. Just 1 for Mount Hood. Mount Hood with the basketball, down 3. Poked away by Tyler out of bounds. Mount Hood keeps it. I mean, anyway you slice it up, Mike, this game has pretty much been dead even. Both teams shooting at 43%. Perry tried to get it to Sate, but stolen away by the Orcas. Tyler into the front court, around his screen from Edison. Down low, left-hand shot off glass, does not fall for Chisman, out of bounds. Right back to Mount Hood.
Yeah, 16 turnovers for the Saints. That's one of the differences to just 9 for Whatcom. But as you said, Max, really even. Two teams, two very evenly matched teams, even though it's a 1 versus 4 matchup.
The rebounding margin is just a 2-board difference. Whatcom with the edge there. Couple of turnovers. Perry, no good. Gwillem with the offensive rebound and fouled on the putback. She will head to the free throw line.
Third on Chisman, and she's the leading scorer for the Orcas. So if they take her out, which they will, Max, it'll be interesting to see how long she sits out.
Naya Escobar back in with that big 3 early on in this quarter. Willem sinks the first. Another difference Mount Hood has made 5 3-pointers to the Orcas 2. Short on the second free throw, so a 1 out of 2 trip for Gwillem, who has 15 points and 5 rebounds in this one. 2-point basketball game. Out of bounds. We'll stay with Whatcom.
Yeah, Lyles just got a piece of that. Not enough to get the steal and go the other way, but she did get enough of it to knock it out of bounds, so it will stay with the Orcas.
Yeah, Lyles has been very active today for Mount Hood as well. Some good defensive plays, that one included. Also their second leading scorer with 11 points on 4 of 9 shooting. She's made 3 of the Saints' 5 shots from long distance. 3 on the way. In and out that time for Tyler. And that's just a clean steal. What a job by Holtz to get it back. Now another 3. That's short from Escobar. Escobar has taken 3 shots. They've all been from downtown. Lyles. That was the tie. Couldn't hit it from the left side. Coming up on 90 seconds to go in this third quarter. Tyler looking into the post. Has Edison. Good move. And is fouled. That foul goes on Allison Young, her second. So Edison at the line. Good on the first. Edison with 7 points now. It was her first made free throw. She had been 0 out of 2. This is the second. Escobar fighting for the board. Jump ball called, and the possession arrow stays with the Orcas. So Escobar has been a big force off the bench in this one.
Yeah, it's like an offensive rebound, basically, as you tie it up and you get the basketball back.
Trying to add to a 3-point lead with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. Straightaway 3. Does not go that time for Edison. And Sate has the rebound. Perry working Mount Hood into their offense. Weber, who again has been very quiet. Sate for the tie. Can't hit. Offensive rebound, though, by Dade. And she throws it away. Tipped by Kayla Smith.
That's the 18th Saint turnover.
Edison backing down Weber. Draws a foul. That's Weber's third now.
Well, Rosales with 3. Weber with 3, and a host of other Saints with 2, and it could become very, very important in the final 10 minutes.
Hannah Larkin checks in for Whatcom. Just beating the 5-second clock are the Orcas. Bryn Hallberg has it knocked away, out of bounds, back to the Saints. Under 30 seconds to go in the period. Gwillem, left side for Sate. Foul called on the Orcas, and that will put Mount Hood at the free throw line. Ashley Perry will step to the stripe. That foul went on Smith, her first in the bonus. Good on the first for Smith. So each team with 16 points in this third quarter. Second one is too strong. 15 seconds to go. Hallberg, dribble drive in the lane, all the way home off glass, no good. Rebound being fought for. The Saints have it. 1 second left. A heave by Sate to beat the buzzer. Oh my goodness, nearly went again.
Well, we would have reviewed that one too. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely. Sate nearly got a half-court heave to fall, but 30 minutes have come and gone here in Game 2 of the NWAC Basketball Championships in the women's bracket. 2-point game heading into the fourth. Whatcom hanging on by 47.
It started in the city.
It started on a sandlot.
It started on a Sunday.
The focus.
The drive.
The dream.
You knew how it felt.
You knew we needed the tools necessary.
You knew we needed funds to travel to tournaments.
You provided me with the best equipment.
You gave me opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Ten minutes left. That is it between Whatcom and Mount Hood. Next gun, Mike Tatko with you from Everett, Washington in the NWAC Women's Basketball Championships. Mount Hood will start with the basketball, down by a pair of points. Down low, Weber misses the turnaround shot from the left side, rebounded by the Orcas. Weber just still has not been able to get it going. She's been in a little bit of foul trouble with three. Good take underneath by Danielle Tyler, finishing with the right hand. But Weber with 6 points, 4 rebounds. She's missed 7 of her 10 shots, and this is a player at a double-double. A big double-double is an offensive fouls call. She had 17 and 11 the first time these two teams played.
Well, finally someone for Mount Hood who commits a foul, and it's only their first, and that's Rose Gwillem with the charge.
Tyler near side, into the front court, thinking about that three, instead gets rid of it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to put a move on Lyles, and Lyles going to go off her right hand out of bounds, so Whatcom will keep it. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Rodriguez will trigger right in front of her bench. Able to get it in. Holtz to Edison, who walked with it. A minute into the third quarter. Whatcom up by 4. Rosales out to Lyles, deep three. Too strong, long rebound, pops out to Holtz.
Good blockouts by Whatcom that time. Had all 5 players blocked out.
Rodriguez around a screen from Edison. Rodriguez gets it right back on the left wing. 10 seconds to shoot. Open three. In and out that time from Holtz. Good box out by Weber to pull down the board, her 5th. Perry top of the key, back to Weber. Weber puts it on the deck and is fouled.
Second on Edison, and just the first team.
Each team with a foul apiece. Nearly 2 minutes into the fourth. Trigger pass, down low. Unable to finish is Perry. Offensive rebound from Gwillem, has it knocked away, but it went off her foot.
Yeah, great job defensively by Whatcom to swatted that ball and they knock it off the person who was attempting to go up.
Slowly bringing the ball up the floor is Carmelita Rodriguez. Into the post, turnaround jumper, good off the front iron by Chisman. Give her 15 points, and it's a 6-point lead. Mountain Hood needs a basket. Down low, Gwillem will head to the free throw line, where she is 1 out of 2 so far today. Naya Escobar, good 4 out of 7 as a team from the free throw line. Able to get the split. 7:35 left in regulation. Now it's 10 points. Also with a split at the line. Gwillem sky high for the rebound, her 7th, 3 boards away from a double-double. She has 16 points. 6-point game. Perry tied up. Saints keep it at this end. Catch and shoot 3. Would have been a big shot. Perry couldn't get it to fall. There were no black jerseys there for the rebound at all. Another good job of boxing out by the Orcas. Tyler takes it inside and is fouled. That'll be 3 team fouls now on Mount Hood with still 6:54 to play. Now it's Tyler's turn to knock down some free throws. Her first trip to the line today. Nothing but net on the first. Tyler, a 73% free throw shooter. Lane violation called on the second, so.
Yeah, that was Escobar apparently was in too quickly, and so
wave that off.
Back over to the Saints.
7-point lead for Whatcom. Perry tied up, top of the arc, faking the pass, shooting the 3, unable to knock it down as Rosales. Offensive rebound down low by Gwillem, put back too strong. And coming away with the rebound is Rodriguez. All the way up ahead to Holtz. Back to Rodriguez to set things up. Edison into the corner. Rodriguez fakes the 3, tiptoes the baseline, tried to get it into the right corner. Looking for Holtz, but it was stolen by Lyles. Gwillem draws another foul and will go back to the line. Now, if you're Gwillem, you've got to knock down these free throws.
Yeah, I hate to keep harping on the free throws, but we got one team at 62.5% and one team at 52.9%. And you want to advance and go deep into this tournament, you got to start making some free throws.
Knocks down the first. Just the second point of the fourth period for the Saints. 2 good-looking free throws there for Gwillem. So now it's 18 points to go along with 8 rebounds. Under 6 minutes to go. Edison over to Tyler, has some space, mid-range jumper wide left. Good rebound in traffic there by Rosales. Up ahead quickly to Perry. Nearly saved, but out of bounds. The Saints will keep it. Oh, and a good steal on the inbounds pass by Holtz. All the way up ahead, fast break, Rodriguez. Too easy.
Yeah, that's an unforced error that time. Just threw it to the wrong team, and then they looked ahead, and there's Rodriguez, and that was an easy one.
7-point game, 5:20 to go. Gwillem had the shot contested. That's a great job by Edison to alter the trajectory of that shot. Now Mina Sate will throw it in to Gwillem. Not a three-point shooter. Passes it up to Lyles. Back to Sate. Gwillem on the right elbow. Attacking the basket. Dribble drive, no good. And a foul called after Tyler pulled down the rebound. It's going to go on Mount Hood. Fourth foul on Bree Rosales.
Yeah, there comes a time where you just have to leave people in. You can't take them out anymore if they're a key player. Just not enough time to give them a rest. Too much of a deficit.
More than halfway through this fourth quarter. Yeah, the deficit is 7 now for the Saints. Good move, but unable to finish is Chisman. Jump ball called. The possession arrow is still with the Orcas, and that will take us to the under 5 media timeout. 4:47 left in this one. Big finish coming up. It's Whatcom by 7 over Mount Hood. 55-48 the score.
Project Odyssey is a 12-week program that starts with a 4 to 5 day event. And on the event, we are going to do different activities, have different discussions. This is a couples Project Odyssey. And so it's ran very similar, but it's geared more to reconnecting our warriors with their loved ones.
As a person being legally blind, no, I'd never thought in a million years that I'd ever be able to do anything like this. The fun part is my wife was right there with me by my side the whole way coming up the hill. Every moment that I get to go and spend with my wife is a moment to cherish, because it could have all ended when I was in Iraq.
Seeing them support one another, communicating with one another, and just seeing that love that they have for each other, and having it be a reminder of what things might have been like before post-traumatic stress or traumatic brain injury came into their lives.
.447 left in this one. That is all. Whatcom basketball up by 7. Holtz will trigger. Into Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds a seam. Layup too strong off glass. And the dead ball rebound will go to Mount Hood. Mount Hood needs some points, and they need them in a hurry. And that is a turnover that they just cannot afford to have. Although good job by Mina Sate to grab the ball on the ground and force a jump ball. Really bailing her team out there. Luckily for Mount Hood, they have the possession arrow.
Yeah, it was a great job, I felt, by both teams. First to Mount Hood to run and get that ball after the errant pass. Then it was a great job by Whatcom to tie him up. And the officials were discussing the possession arrow was pointing in the way of Mount Hood, but they continue to discuss.
Bree Rosales waiting to inbound the ball on the baseline, and will do so after conversation between a couple of officials.
Oh, they're trying to determine whether it's a new possession or another possession with a 20 on the clock, and they decided it's a new possession. That's what it was about.
Seems like the right call.
Yeah.
Ashley Perry over to Rosales, into the high post for Weber, looking for her first points of the second half. Not that time. Rebounded by Holtz. Holtz will bring it up the floor herself. In the corner for Chisman. Other side, Edison. Back up top for Rodriguez. Still a 7-point margin, under 4 minutes to play. Bounce pass, right wing. Chisholm trying to put a move on Weber. Instead, kicks it out to Holtz. Back foot jumper doesn't go, and a loose ball foul called on the rebound. It's going to go on Edison. That is Edison's third, team fourth, so each team with 4 team fouls now. Coming up far side, Perry. And she is fouled by McKenna Holtz. That's 5 fouls now. And we'll put Mount Hood at the free throw line. Down 7, 3:43 left to go. It's time to talk about free throws yet again. Ashley Perry needs to hit these. She was a great free throw shooter during the regular season. Hits the first. Shot nearly 90%. Two out of 2. Big freebies knocked down there by the freshman Perry. 5-point game, 55-50 coming up on 3.5 to play. Rodriguez, far left corner. Around a screen from Chisholm. Comes out to Holtz. Able to find an open Edison down low who banks it in. 7-point lead again. Lyles, a transition 3, hits it. Big shot for Tatiana Lyles. Now it's a 4-point game. Huge 3. Lyles nearly came up with the steal, knocked it out of bounds. I don't know if you'd say that's the best shot to take in the world with still 25 seconds left on the shot clock, but hey, it went down and her team needed that.
Any shot's a good shot if it goes in, right?
That's right. Off balance. Edison, a little out of control. Gives it right back to Mount Hood. 2:48 to go. Going down to the wire, you can see Anthony Slater kneeling down in front of Whatcom's bench. Really into this one. Ditto for Jeremy Vandenborg. On the side of Mount Hood. Weber. Baseline. Lyles is fouled. More free throws coming up.
She's able to get that shot up as she was going backwards, and so they're going to grant her 2 and certainly make this a 1-possession game just by making one of them.
First free throw short.
Yeah, missed them both.
Still a 4-point game, 2 big misses. Long 2. Off the mark for Edison. Mount Hood with the basketball, down 4. 2 minutes to go. Perry. Down low for Weber. On the kick out. Sete. Can't hit the 3. Offensive rebound by Perry. Sete on the left wing. Down low. Weber. Turnaround shot. Off glass. No good. Rebounded by Edison.
Did he call a timeout?
Anthony Slater.
Not sure what they called.
It looked like they had called it
a technical foul, I think, and Coach Slater saying it wasn't me, it's someone in the crowd who said something. But the one official turned around immediately and signaled.
Huh.
Well, they're gonna.
Now you see
technical.
Some fans behind the Whatcom bench turning to each other saying, "Did you say it? Did you say it? Did you say it?"
And they're having a discussion, and he's pointing up into the crowd, and the official is saying, "I heard it from this bench."
Anthony Slater beside himself.
So they're going to get 2 free throws and the ball.
Wow. First free throw is good for Perry. Now a 1-possession game, just a 2-point contest. Perry, a smooth free throw shooter. 4 out of 4 today. It's 57-55 with 1:51 to go. And Mike, as you said, Mount Hood with the basketball. Perry, far side, working against Rodriguez. Stolen. Turned over. Edison, fast break. Fouled going up for the layup and will head to the line. Just a careless turnover in the front court. The 20th turnover of the day by Mount Hood.
Yeah, and they've had some unforced ones and some poor decision making, and now it's apparently somebody called a timeout.
Yeah, looks like it.
Recognize Delta Hotel as the host hotel for the 2020 NWAC Basketball Championships. Delta by Marriott is also the host of the 2020 NWAC Hall of Fame to be held Thursday, May 28th. Book your room at Marriott.com/Seattle Everett today. NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships would like to thank Jimmy John's for their continued support of the best seat in the house. Each game, a contestant is chosen to sit on the couch with a friend during the game, and they receive a Jimmy John's sandwich. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky good.
Well, as was called on the floor, or if maybe there was anything extra.
Yeah, I don't know what else they would be looking at on that play.
Stay tuned for Game 3 coming up around noonish here Pacific time between North Idaho and Lower Columbia. But
the NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament was made possible through the support of the Snohomish County Sports Commission. Visit SeattleNorthCounty.com to see their upcoming events. Toledo Ticket Company is the official ticket and credential partner of the NWAC. Since 1910, Toledo Ticket has been a leading provider of ticketing solutions that are efficient, flexible, and keep businesses running smoothly. See their products at NWAC Championships, including credentials, lanyards, and wristbands. Find your ticketing solutions at ToledoTicket.com. The NWAC Sports Network is powered by Blue Frame Technology, the official digital network of the NWAC. Stream in HD online and on Android TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku devices. Championship broadcasts are available live and on demand, and downloads of complete broadcasts can be purchased for $10. Visit NWACSportsNetwork.com to tune in.
So it's her fifth. So just a 2-shot foul.
So Weber's night is done. Or morning, I should say. First free throw good. From Edison. Back to a 3-point game. Misses the second. Offensive rebound underneath by Holtz. The Saints unable to box out. Fresh possession. Holtz working on the baseline. Out it comes to Edison. Edison drives right side. Draws another foul. And back to the free throw line she goes.
Ten of 20 as a team for the Orcas.
11 of 16 for Mount Hood. Edison gets the second. Here comes Mount Hood needing a bucket. 4-point basketball game inside. Lyles can't hit the layup, but an offensive rebound by Perry, and the putback goes. 2-point game with 65 seconds left. coming down to the wire. Edison on the right wing, loses the basketball. Just lost it out of her hand. Willem picks it up. Perry dribbling far side, 43 seconds left. Over to Lyles, working against Tyler. And a foul called.
Well, they're all two-shotters, whether you're going to the hoop or not, after the 5th foul, and so Lyles is going to have a pair here to try to tie this up with 38 seconds left.
Wow. It's the first. Lyles with her first make from the line today. She had been 0 for 2. This one is to tie it up. Gets them both. Clutch free throw shooting. Right there from Tatiana Lyles. We are all tied up at 59 points apiece. 38.4 seconds to go.
Foul, so there's that to take into consideration as well.
See what Anthony Slater draws up for his team in a tied ball game with 38 seconds to go, playing with their season on the line. Yeah, you're right, Mike. Mount Hood down by 7, 8, 9 points in this half, just slowly chipped away, and this is the first time it's actually been tied. They had got it within one possession a couple of different times, but shows you how costly that foul was on Tyler. And it was her 4th. So here we go. Holtz triggers into Rodriguez in the backcourt. At an 8-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Rodriguez over to Holtz left wing. 15 to shoot. Sizing up the defender. That is Sate. Rodriguez. Top of the arc, now takes it in left side, has it stolen away, and a timeout called by Mount Hood after they pick up the basketball. Ashley Perry with the steal. And with 13.3 seconds to go, a 30-second timeout is called.
It started in the city.
It started on a sandlot.
It started on a Sunday.
The focus.
The drive.
The dream.
You knew how it felt.
You knew we needed the tools necessary.
You knew we needed funds to travel to tournaments.
You provided me with the best equipment.
You gave me opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships would like to thank Jimmy John's for their continued support of the best seat in the house. Each game, a contestant is chosen to sit on the couch with a friend during the game, and they receive a Jimmy John's sandwich. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky good. Watching this broadcast on NWAC Sports Network, powered by Blue Frame Technology. The NWAC Sports Network features live and on-demand championship footage. Also available to download for just $10 once the championship event has ended.
She's not
Visit
really a threat from the outside, but we'll see if the Saints try and get it to her on the low block. Ball advances past half court. Lyles will trigger. Smacks the basketball, ready to go, gets it into Gwillem. Over to Rosales. 10 seconds left. Perry driving baseline. Over to Sate. Step back jumper for the lead. Comes up empty. Lyles on the putback. No. And a timeout called by Whatcom with 0.4 of a second left. So Barring something crazy, we are going to have overtime. Let's see if the officials go over and check the clock. And it looks
NWAC
like...
recognized Delta Hotel as the host hotel for the 2020 NWAC Basketball Championships. Delta by Marriott is also the host of the 2020 NWAC Hall of Fame to be held Thursday, May 28th. Book your room at Marriott.com/Seattle Everett today. Baden Sports is proud to be the official basketball of NWAC basketball and the official ball provider of the NWAC Basketball Championships. For nearly 40 years, Baden's basketballs set the standard for quality and craftsmanship, delivering world-class game balls to colleges and national conferences across the country. Baden thanks you for watching the 2020
Monitor. See if they had any time. I don't think that's what Jeremy Vandenborg drew up on the step-back three from Ina Sate.
Yeah, it was good defense by Mount Hood. They switched everything, I felt, and they just really contested everything that Mount Hood had an opportunity for.
Yeah, it was great defense, for sure. We're told they're checking for a foul over there at the monitor. But it looks like we are destined for overtime here in game 2. Unless they call a foul here. Let's see.
0.8 instead of 0.4.
Okay,
they just
so
added
there
a
you
little
go.
bit of time.
So double the time. Just under a second to go.
And since they called timeout, they can advance the ball in front of their bench.
Rodriguez will inbound with a chance. Here we go. And unable to get a shot off before the buzzer is McKenna Holt. So we have overtime here in game 2 between Whatcom and Mount Hood. 59 all after 40 minutes. Let's play 5 more. Back after this.
If we can see things for what they are, if we can see what they could be, if the plastic we use, we never throw away, if the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
Ready to go for overtime. Max Gunn with Mike Tapko here in Everett. 8 games today on the women's bracket in the NWAC Basketball Championships. In the Sweet 16 round, and in game 2, we've got to play 5 extra minutes at least.
At least 5, yeah. North Idaho and Lower Columbia can cool their jets for a little bit.
Opening tip. 1 in overtime by the Orcas. Rodriguez brings it up the floor. Over to Tyler with those 4 fouls. Bounces it back to Rodriguez, right corner. Around his screen from Edison. Rodriguez takes it inside, misses the left-handed layup. And Mount Hood comes away with it. Mike, it seems like we've seen a lot of high percentage shots for both teams not go in.
Yeah, a lot of set plays for Mount Hood where they go inside, they don't score, and then a lot of driving plays like that for Whatcom.
Willem gives Mount Hood the lead. She has 20 points now to go along with 9 rebounds. And the Saints, for the first time since the first half, have a lead in this one. Finishing plus a foul down low. Madison Chisman ties it up and can give the Orcas the lead with a free throw here.
Well, that's the second player been disqualified for Mount Hood. Max, remember, we talked about it early when a bunch of those players had 2 fouls. We thought this could come back
right
on, and it really didn't until, well, late, and then now here in overtime.
1 point lead for Whatcom. Rosales has fouled out, so has Weber on the side of Mount Hood. 2 big losses. Perry drives, stops on a dime, he gets it to go off glass low right. A minute into overtime, Mount Hood with a 1 point lead, 63-62. Tyler on the outside, guarded by Miles, has a step on her and has a shot rejected by Gwillem in the lane. So now Mount Hood will slow things down, bringing it up the floor. The freshman Perry attacking that right side again, tiptoeing the baseline into the corner for Gwillem, who's able to finish. Three-point lead. Whatcom will keep it at this end. 3:25 left in the overtime period. Now we're going to see Kyla Smith check in for the Orcas. Chisman fouled, going up for a layup, and will head back to the line.
Yeah, biggest lead by Mount Hood finally here in the overtime. They finally overtake the Orcas and have a 3-point lead.
Give Jeremy Vandenborg and his team some credit for that. Just never went away, even though Whatcom was really leading for the entirety of the game. Chisman able to hit the first. Two out of 2. It's a 1-point game. Chisman with an even 20 herself on 7 of 12 shooting, including 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. Lyles working against Holtz with a good take and finish. Back to a 3-point game again, 67-64. Rodriguez in the far corner, throws it away. Pass intercepted by Aaliyah Dade, who is getting some minutes here in overtime because Rosales fouled out. Perry penetrates, kicks out to Dade, extra pass. Satay can't knock down the 3, but an offensive rebound. Lyles catch and shoot. In motion, buries the long shot from beyond the arc. And it's a 6-point lead for Mount Hood.
Yeah, Whatcom led by 8 twice, and they led by 7 with 3.5 minutes left.
Rodriguez fouled on a 3-pointer, so she will go to the line for 3. That is a huge foul called on Lyles, her 4th.
Yeah, it's big because she makes all 3, and it's back to a one-possession game, whereas if they just give up a lay-in or a traditional 2-pointer, they still have some breathing room, so now all of a sudden, it could be a one-possession game.
Rodriguez misses the first. Two more free throws coming. Connects on the second. So it's a 5-point game. 2:21 to go. Two out of 3. Rodriguez gets back in transition defense. 4-point contest. Perry crosses half court. Nearly had it poked away by Holtz. Comes back up with it, tied up, and a timeout called. Good timeout call by Jeremy Vandenborg. Third-year head coach for Mount Hood. With 2:08 left to go, it's a 30-second timeout.
And don't forget to check out the official championship merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Adidas gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. Get your championship gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit nwacstore.com/find success at Pierce College. Selected as one of the top 5 best community colleges in the nation, Pierce College offers more than 60 programs of study. Get started today at one of the nation's premier community colleges. Apply online at pierce.ctc.edu. Pierce College. Possibilities realized.
So we'll see what he draws up this time. Like you said, 17 to shoot, 2:08 on the clock. Perry will inbound on the sideline. And gets it into Gwillem. Over to Lyles, top of the arc, working against Chismet. Now Sate. Catch and shoot 3, no good for Lyles. In for the rebound is Rodriguez. Here comes Whatcom, down by 4, under 2 minutes to play in overtime. Easy shot, but it doesn't go for Tyler. The follow-up does not go either by Edison. Couple of good-looking shots that did not go. And Mount Hood comes away with it, brings it slowly up the floor, near side. It's Ashley Perry. Under 90 seconds to go in overtime. Lyles tries to get into the post for Gwillem, who's knocked away, comes back out to Lyles, 10 to shoot. Lyles puts a move on Rodriguez and draws a foul.
Yeah, she hit her head pretty hard on that. I hope she's okay. That was a collision where they both went down, and Lyles will be shooting. Hopefully she's okay.
Pops up to her feet quickly, and looks like they are going to review that as the officials send everybody to their benches, or was a timeout called?
I think it's a review. I didn't see a timeout signaled. I saw both officials point to both benches. Now they'll talk about it.
1:18 left to go in overtime. Mount Hood up by 4, 70 to 66. Again, the shooting numbers overall about dead even, each team at 36%. Mount Hood has taken 27 of their 69 shots from beyond the three-point arc. They made 7 of those. Whatcom, which is 2 makes from downtown, they're 2 out of 16.
And now Mount Hood has called a 30-second timeout.
Back to the free throws. Whatcom at just 59%, 16 out of 27, 13 of 18 on the side of Mount Hood. Whatcom going to knock down some more of those free throws. He might not be here right now, Mike.
Yeah, well, we talked about it throughout the game. They just couldn't really put a string together. They'd make one, miss one, make one. They never really got into a good flow at the line, and they're going to look back and say, hey, we missed 11 free throws. They're going to look back if they do not rally.
Right.
And say, we missed 11 free throws.
Lyles will step to the line for the Saints. She is 2 out of 4 from the stripe today. No good on the first. Remember, she hit those 2 free throws, which tied the game, which ended up forcing overtime. One out of 2 this time. 5-point game, 71-66. Minute 15 and counting. Rodriguez inside, draws a foul. Back to the free throw line she goes. Or she is 4 out of 8.
We really got to give Mount Hood and Coach Vandenborn a lot of credit. They've lost the 2 players disqualified by fouls, and he's used his bench really throughout the whole game. He's had to because of fouls, and they've stepped up.
They certainly have. One more free throw coming for Rodriguez, who now has 15, make it 16 points. Successful trip that time. And now Whatcom looking for a stop. Just a one-possession game. 71-68. 1 minute to go in overtime, still 18 to shoot. Lyles with a deep three, no good. But an offensive rebound by the Saints down low. And a good finish by Gwillem to make it a 5-point game again. Rodriguez fouled. And that might be 5 now on Lyles.
That's going to be her 5th. That's going to be the 3rd Saint disqualified by fouls. And if Whatcom could somehow force double overtime, well, then we'd really see how deep their bench is.
For sure. So Weber, Lyles, and Rosales all out with those 5 fouls. 45.7 seconds on the clock. First free throw is money. To make it a one-possession game. Does so. Now, if you are the Orcas, you do not have to foul here. Especially now they force a turnover in the backcourt. And then Coffin right up again. Stolen by Gwillem. 8-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Perry attacking, kicks it out. And an offensive foul called. That is the 4th foul on Aaliyah Dade. With 23.3 seconds remaining. Whatcom could tie it up with a triple here, down 73-70. Here we go. Tyler penetrating the lane, kicks it out for the tie. Not that time, it doesn't go for Edison. Rebounded by Gwillem, and she is fouled with 11.2 seconds left. So now if Mount Hood knocks down their free throws, they are going to win this game. Rose Gwillem is 4 out of 6 from the stripe in this one. Short on the first. This is a big one. Gets it to go. It's a 4-point contest. Timeout, Whatcom. Big free throw there from Gwillem, who has a double-double. 20. Slater draws up. Again, stay tuned for game 3, which was supposed to be underway by now. North Idaho and Lower Columbia will tip off approximately 20 minutes after this one wraps up. Rodriguez on the kick out. Chisman's fouled. 6.2 remaining. A lot of fouls in this one. 25 fouls called on Mount Hood, 23 called on Whatcom. First free throw is true, back to a 3-point game. Gets them both. So now Whatcom will have to foul, but first the timeout called by the Saints.
NWAC men's and women's basketball championships
So if you're
would like to
Whatcom,
thank Jimmy John's for their continued support of the best seat in the house. Each game, a contestant is chosen to sit on the couch with a friend during the game, and they receive a Jimmy John's sandwich. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky good.
Misses. Nina Sate will trigger from in front of her bench. Being checked by Chisman. Gets it into the backcourt and a quick foul. After about a second and a half comes off the clock. Foul goes on Rodriguez, her fourth. Missing the first free throw is Perry. Gets the second. It's a three-point game. 4.6 seconds left. No timeouts. And time expires. Whatcom needed a three. Rodriguez penetrated the lane and was never able to get a shot off. Wow, a missed opportunity there for the Orcas. Didn't even look like a three-pointer was on their mind. A miscommunication ends this one, and Mount Hood upsets the 1 seed, Whatcom, who has their season come to an end. 75-72 the final in overtime. Rose Gwillem with a monster day, 25 points, 12 rebounds. Tatiana Lyles, who ended up fouling out, finished with 22 points for the Saints as well. Again, the final in overtime, 75-72. Mount Hood is moving on. For Mike Tacker.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball, but the official ball of you.
Men's and women's basketball tournament was made possible through the support of the Snohomish County Sports Commission. Visit seattlenorthcounty.com to see their upcoming events. The NWAC men's and women's basketball tournament was made possible in part through the support of the Tourism Promotion Area Fund of Snohomish County, Washington. Thank you, TPA Committee, for your continued support of the NWAC Championships in Everett. The NWAC Sports Network is powered by Blue Frame Technology, the official digital network of the NWAC. Stream in HD online and on Android TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku devices. Championship broadcasts are available live and on demand, and downloads of complete broadcasts can be purchased for $10. Visit NWACSportsNetwork.com to tune in.